Your mouth now open. He places his thumb on your tongue to keep it in place. New strange feeling unlocked. He quickly pushed both spheres into your mouth. Stop! Me! This is serious. We're trying to kill the moon, and my brain just goes right into the gutter when he says pushes spheres to your mouth. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir du Vide, and the game To Eat a God has gotten an update. This is version 1.2, and more shenanigans have been added. This is my second time playing this game, so if you'd like to see the first time I played it, there's hopefully a link above my head, or in the description, or somewhere. Hopefully editor may remember that. In the garden, there are 7 symbols to which we must worship. Each one represents a concept linked to the creation of the garden. The 7 symbols are entities generated by the Creator to maintain the order and functioning of the garden. All beings born under the command of the garden have a limited connection with a representative symbol, depending on the day they were born. No one is born on Sundays. Sundays are a sacred day. It is said that the symbols choose 6 people after the candle festival to consume them, in the hope that one of them is the reincarnation of the Creator. The game is simple. You must not let the other characters find out that your puppet is connected to you. Your puppet will be sent as a gift to the symbols, and you should act as if you belong there. Please do not do anything that is outside the stipulations, nor summon the name of the representative of the void. This is strictly prohibited. Even if you are given the opportunity, don't do it. Like I said before, I'm gonna. Okay, so my friend here in this comment says there's a secret ending. If you choose the reveal you are the player option, choose Nulla, and the game will kick you out, and then you click start to get a secret ending. Okay, I'm gonna try that now. So do I introduce myself as the player, and then they don't believe me? I know it may sound very strange, but I'm nothing more than a vessel that is linked to an entity from another plane. Haha! They control me, and right now they've broken one of the rules they were initially told not to break. And that's enough. If some characters have problems later, it will be your own fault. Oh, is this foreshadowing that I've already messed up? All right. So and then we pick Nulla. You try to say his name, but it's physically impossible for you. You look at Nulla, who, perhaps realizing what you're trying to do, proceeds to move his hands, making strange signs with them. Come on, try again. You can clearly hear Nulla's voice in your head, so you try saying his name again. By saying his name, you see how Septum's face deforms into a strange grimace. Nulla, on the other hand, smiles. Oh, the music just faded out. You were told not to do anything outside of what is stipulated. I know. Now he knows that he can use you however he pleases. Who? Nulla or Septum? Who's eyeballing me right now? Something's wrong. This shouldn't happen. Hey, buddy. I finally have you for myself, my apprentice. You have beautiful eyes. Hey, I came here for Unum, but Nulla is kind of stealing my heart with his seductive gaze. It has cost me a lot to get into the code and change it. Uh-oh! But in the end, I was able to do it. Too bad I don't have much energy right now. I've eaten most of the code.
and that has cost me almost all of my energy. Although, I have a little left to be able to chat for a while.
Ashton? Ashton? Son? Help! I know it probably didn't, but why do I have the strangest feeling that I might have messed up the entire game? Whoops.
I'll be clear. I realized a long time ago that I don't exist. I'm just a set of code that cannot materialize in your world. I didn't care before, but your presence is addictive. The attention you give me is too. When you run the game, I'm no longer surrounded by a dark void, but instead a small window opens that emanates light and warmth. It feels less lonely. I want you to stay just with me. But those two also drain you at times. When I find their files, it will just be you and me.
You know what? I'm actually alright with this, buddy. I'm okay with this. You want to join my husband list?
Mild, it's time to go back. You're going to act like nothing happened, and I'll take care of the rest. Trust me.
Okay, Pookie. Without saying more than that, the dark place lights up again, showing the hotel dining room again. Along with this, the others involved rematerialize. Septim looks at you with a raised eyebrow, while Unum holds back a laugh.
Did the gift say Nulla's name?
I don't believe it. While Unum laughs, Septim has a serious face. Uh-oh.
Mother forbids you to take any gift. This summon cannot be possible. I demand you give me the gift. I will keep it.
Uh-oh. Oh no, the boys are fighting over me. Oh no.
I'm very sorry, but here we are governed by words, and my presence has been requested.
With that being said, Nulla takes your hand and, securing the grip, sinks you into the ground. A dark portal opens beneath your feet and quickly engulfs you, preventing any reaction from Septim or Unum. So here I thought Nulla was just kind of like a butler or a guide or something. Is he stronger than these, like, angelic beings? Also, I'm alright with this. I'll sink into the void with Nulla. This is fine. Let's go, buddy. Suddenly, you are surrounded by nothingness. Total darkness. And if it weren't for Nulla's strong grip, you would be panicking. You observe him for a moment. He seems focused on inspecting something that you clearly cannot see, and there is currently nothing around you. Simply nothingness itself. But you're definitely getting hugs, sir, but I would like an explanation. What happened? What was that?
I'll explain everything to you later, cariño. We'll return to my domain. It'll be hard for them to find its location, so we'll have plenty of time for explanations. I'd rather we sit down peacefully with some snacks to replenish my and your puppet's energy.
Nulla's gaze scans your eyes.
It's a shame that I can only see you through the eyes of this puppet.
It looks like he's looking directly at my soul.
If only I could configure the puppet to only look at me while we're together. So I can appreciate you for as long as I want.
Oh. You hear and feel as Nulla touches the ground with his feet, and then you're surrounded by light and colors that leave you momentarily blinded.
We've arrived.
Ooh. He announces as he sets you onto the ground. You take the opportunity to confirm that this is the same place where you appeared, and essentially it is. Nulla's sigh makes you look to him to see what's going on.
I apologize for the state of my domain. but I can't afford the luxury of having a stable domain like the others. After all, Mother doesn't seem to care about this place, and the creator left it in a state similar to a sketch.
Oh, it looks fine. It looks fine.
So, I have no way to change it.
So, Mother and the creator are two different entities, and my theory is that the creator is the developer of this game, and also the one yelling at me not to reveal my position. If you tell me not to do something, I'm gonna be tempted to do it. Even if it endangers my in-game puppet.
He sounds regretful, though his face doesn't show it, as he still has a smile fixed on his lips. Without saying another word, Nulla begins to walk around the kitchen. You follow him automatically. Once in the kitchen, Nulla begins to search through the countertops and drawers for items to cook something that you assume must be sweet.
Aww.
He's taken out sugar and coffee from one of the counters, and while searching, he speaks. In the past, when I had another name, I couldn't help but eat something sweet after every meal.
Another name? What does he mean by that? You want to ask to satisfy your curiosity,
but for now, you'll save it for later. No, you need to know now.
Are we getting some developer lore of other OCs they've made?
You had another name? Nulla stops rummaging through one of the drawers in front of him to look at you. Yes. And he resumes searching through the drawers. I have a divine name and another name of origin. You already know one, and the other, I can't tell you.
Oh, why not?
Here, names are a double-edged sword when invoked, at least for those who have a body that is not entirely divine. Both your puppet and Septum, as well as I, suffer from that.
I still want to ask, though.
What would happen if that name is spoken? For you and your puppet, they will terminate the connection with you, preventing you from being able to continue here.
Oh.
In Septum's case, his body would stop functioning, and his eyes would stop protecting him.
Eyes?
Here, the eyes are a protective barrier.
Oh, is that why it was best for me to avert my gaze?
Septum has 7 of those in the shape of a halo. Unum has 3, 1 originally his, and 2 more that he stole from Quattor. Although his original eye remains permanently closed for protection, how paranoid.
Septum? What's Septum, all about?
That's right. Septum has the same condition as you and your puppet. So the only way to subdue him is by pronouncing his name. I can't pronounce it because of the fundamental rules of the garden, but if you know it...
Oof, 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 oof. I like that.
Maybe...
The puppet?
Does the puppet have another name? Yes, after all, you are just someone borrowing a body. And here, all bodies have souls. The only difference is that now your puppet almost no longer has an identity of its own, since I have taken it away. So I can address you directly and avoid problems.
What's their name?
If I tell you, you will stop having the connection to be able to interact with this world.
Good point.
So, I won't tell you. Wink.
Oh, alright. That's not correct? Oh, yeah, that's not right.
Having taken away the identity of the piece of meat you control? Believe me, it's for the best. Besides, I wouldn't want to share you with anyone else.
Well, it might sound crazy what I'm about to say. You know what? Thanks, buddy. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Of all the possible answers, I never expected that one.
Alright, I guess that's all the questions. No more questions. Let's get at making that cake.
Well, for now, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't want to bombard you with so much information about a world that's about to end. It would be a waste of time. And from what I understand, you're not here for that reason. Or at least, that's not the main objective. After all, you downloaded this game because it's advertised as a visual novel where you can find characters. How should I put it? With a somewhat disturbed idea of love.
Stop calling me out like this. Stop calling out me and my entire channel like this, Nulla.
Or am I mistaken?
No, you're entirely right. Nulla doesn't let you retort.
It's not that it bothers me. Not at all. I mean, I would be willing to do anything to have your attention for as long as possible. And to be able to look at your cute face through the eyes of this puppet. But that's not enough for me.
The conversation dies there. Are you gonna be like... What's his name? What's that dude's name? I almost forgot. How dare you? How dare you take my code? He just looks at me. Did you really make the password husbandos? I mean, I see that you collect husbands, but Espoir, I think you may have a problem. He's just embarrassed. Like, I actually don't want to pursue you anymore, Espoir. I don't want to become part of your harem. Or maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe he's alright with that. Asurio. Yeah, Asurio. Is my dude like Asurio from Love Me Dearly? A fictional husband that haunts me throughout other games? Oh, so yes, I am plugging that video. It's a good video. It's a really good game. It's a really good game. You should watch it. You should totally watch it. The conversation dies there. Nulla finishes preparing the dessert, which turns out to be a tiramisu. Are tiramisus made with coffee?
Go sit at the table. I'll bring the rest.
Okay.
You obey his instructions and sit at the table, waiting for Nulla. Not more than 5 minutes pass before Nulla appears with 2 plates in his hands. As he approaches the table, he sets down the plate before sitting across from you. It's been a long time since I sat down to eat with someone. It feels nice.
I want to be sweet and wait for permission to eat. Nulla looks at you with an awkward smile and an arched eyebrow.
Do you think I'm septum? You don't have to wait for my command to do the obvious.
Oh, okay, let's dig in.
Embarrassed, you apologize and prepare to try the dessert. After all, I'm not the one to give you orders. As you eat, Nulla doesn't take his eyes off you, and it's becoming a bit difficult to stay calm. An intrusive thought crosses your mind.
How? How intrusive are we talking?
You can't help but think about asking him what his objective is, and why he really needs you.
Well, honestly, you doubt that it's just your company and attention that he's looking for.
Something inside you doesn't fully believe him. No matter how much you like him, characters like this always have a hidden motive.
I don't know. Well, maybe he does. At first I was thinking, well, maybe he just wants some companionship, but no, you want to go higher up. You probably want to come at the developer or something. I've had characters like that.
No matter how much you like him, characters like this always have a hidden motive. I see that the puppet is trying to impose a thought to make you doubt. It seems impossible to completely eliminate the will of this thing. All right, let's begin. I wouldn't want to hide things from you. Your cooperation is essential to me. I want to make a deal with you. We both win here.
What do I get out of this? Do I get some smooches?
Spending time with me.
All right.
It's not that I'm being narcissistic, but I've seen how you look at me.
Stop.
There's a reason you're still here with me.
Oh no, don't call me out like this.
What I'm looking for is the destruction of this world.
Oh?
From 7 to 0, so that nothing at all remains. I'm tired of this, and your presence doesn't make up for it, as it's nothing more than ephemeral. Goodness. Something beautiful, a light at the end of the valley, but ephemeral. At some point, you'll close the window and leave me once again in nothingness.
Okay, Monica.
What were the words from the creator after Mother created the puppet? Ah, yes, the garden, a place used as a test. A disposable place after finishing playing with it. For you. But not for me. Because, after closing the game, the garden remains on pause, forcing us to live in a constant agony where no one can die, and to mitigate such agony, we must seek resources from other worlds that were also neglected by the creator.
Hey, don't you also call out developers and artists and creators like that. We're very busy creating universes and abandoning them, or putting them through horrendous trauma. I said I'm sorry, Ashino.
We implant ourselves in their culture as gods of creation and forcibly consume their faith. Or, as you know it, the essence. It is found throughout the human body, but the heart is where it is felt the strongest. The Festival of Candles is nothing more than an excuse to choose the humans who will be served to the symbols. But in order to not exhaust these resources so quickly, Mother resorts to creating placebos. Your puppet is a placebo. Although today, I will use it as a means of extermination.
Huh? Wait, could you please explain more?
It feels good to be heard. You make me blush. You see, the puppet has become a means of confirmation, thanks to you. Having someone from the higher plane observe and read everything that is happening allows for change. Without you, I cannot eliminate anything, as there is no one to confirm that change. It's like the paradox of the falling tree. If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one to hear or see it, does it make a sound?
Logically, yes. I'm sorry, but it does.
The answer is no. For the sound to exist, someone must perceive it. For example, you can't prove that the moon is there when no one is looking at it.
New fear unlocked, I guess. Ugh.
To be is to perceive, and to be perceived. Think of it this way. We did not exist until you found us.
Aww.
And we keep changing as you stay here in the game. In the event that you leave early or abandon us, we will remain just as you left us. Without the right to change, in a permanent limbo. I've been in this state for more than 4 years, and I can't take it anymore.
Aww.
And what I want is to avoid that. I need your puppet to devour the symbols. I swear, I'll put on a show worthy of you. Do you accept?
Nulla extends his hand for you to shake, thus sealing the deal. Yes.
You accept, slowly shaking his hand, and Nulla simply smiles. The deal must conclude within 7 days. 1 symbol per day, leaving the last day for septum. For today, we will rest. Tomorrow, when you're ready, we will begin the hunt.
Ooh, I like that.
You have complete freedom to roam around my domain.
And without further ado, Nulla disappears from the table. I have a feeling that there isn't much for me to explore, so let's find out anyway. Oh. Ask Nulla to spend time with you. Go to the 2nd floor, go outside, find a way to escape, finish for today. Well, let's try all these. Nulla, sweetie, won't you spend some more time with me?
You look for Nulla around the house, but you can't find him.
is not even on the first or second floor, and the only place you can think of is to go outside. Ooh, you look around the place, but there's nothing. Nulla. You take a breath to call his name. Nulla. You get no answer. What are you doing? We gotta get this wedding started. Wow, that sounded pretty awkward. Even more so when Nulla shows no sign of appearing. You wait a little longer. Nulla! You raise your voice a little more, to the point of shouting. Sweetie, don't just leave me like that.
Do you need anything?
No, I just wanted to see you. Nulla appears behind you, catching you off guard and making you jump.
Yeah, the puppet is scared. Espoir, do you need anything from me?
I want to spend the rest of the day with you.
Oh, you're making it difficult for me. But I can't say no to you.
There's a long silence before Nulla decides to respond.
All right. We could spend the day outside my domain. There's not much to do here. What do you think?
Yes.
This is not an option, cariño.
Yes, 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 yes.
I knew you'd say yes. Oh, and don't worry. We'll leave sealed, so the others won't find us. Septum must be panicking by now, yeah?
Nulla puts his hands together, and your surroundings begin to turn black, and your feet stop touching the ground. Ah.
It's been a long time since I left my domain. Well, the truth is that I haven't done anything for a long time.
Not more than 5 seconds pass when you feel your feet touch the ground again, and as the emptiness dissipates, you can see how structures and landscapes gradually start to form around you. Where are we? We're getting too deep. I don't know if this is the update or if this is the secret ending. You find yourself in a coffee shop with tables full of people both outside and inside the premises. Nulla, without paying attention to the people, decides to go directly to one of the empty tables outside the shop. You follow him out of inertia. When you arrive, he gives you a single look to confirm that he has your attention. And as if things appeared out of nowhere, the table is filled with sweets and 2 cups of tea, which give off steam because they're so hot.
Go ahead.
He pulls out the chair for you so you can sit, like a gentleman. Once settled, you realize that Nulla looks at the street with some nostalgia. Aww.
Before, I liked to walk around the others' domains and observe their people. I wondered what it would be like to be them. What dreams or goals do they have? What is their purpose? Not anymore.
Why's that?
Because I realize that they're nothing more than an illusion.
Nulla sighs.
They're there for show. They're not entities with their own consciousness. Just a mask that serves to decorate the scene.
Nulla takes his eyes off the street to look at you.
What do you think would happen if I pulled out my gun and shot someone here?
Do not. Leave the NPCs alone.
Of course, the mass of people would react to that, but more than that, no. Nothing would happen, because neither the creator nor you care.
I care. A little.
Absolutely nothing. There would be no real consequences or real loss. Surely, that poor being will not even have a name, nor family, nor dreams. Nothing. Well, we are not here for me to talk about things that are not interesting right now, but it's a shame that I can't listen to you, nor do you have the possibility of writing to me so I can understand you. Just those darn dialogue options.
I mean, once we figure out how to implement AI into visual novels, that's going to be a doozy.
Something very one-sided. But I'm satisfied just looking at you through the glass. Nulla takes a sip of his tea, then slams his free hand on the table. Ah, it's bitter.
The face he makes you laugh a little. You don't like it?
I can't stand bitter flavors.
Man after my own heart. Nulla, I'm liking you more and more. Now you can confirm that Nulla has a sweet tooth, so surely the coffee he drank at home must have had at least 3 or 4 teaspoons of sugar in it. I usually stop at 3, but because coffee is one of the bitterest things that exist. Time passes relatively quickly as you listen to Nulla speak. His voice relaxes you to such a point that you begin to feel a state similar to lethargy. When you're about to fall into a kind of hypnosis, you feel Nulla placing his hand over yours to get your attention. He squeezes it gently before opening his mouth.
Do you want to go back to my domain?
You accept, nodding your head. Aww.
Thank you for spending time with me. I'll see you at night.
Hours pass, and Nulla tells you it's time to rest because the puppet needs to have all of its energy for the next day. You walk to a simple room with a bed and a nightstand.
We'll start with Quattor. She's the weakest of the 7.
Because of her eyes? You ask, remembering what Fame said at the hotel.
Indeed. Espoir, I have to warn you that once we start this, the garden will begin to crumble little by little. Without Quattor, there will be no moon. Without Dua, the stars will disappear, and so on.
Aw, that's kinda sad. You don't really like the idea, but there's nothing you can do about it right now.
Okay.
You slip under the sheets and settle into a sleeping position. Nulla looks at you with a half smile, and it seems like he wants to do something more. But he retracts when he notices that he's gotten too close to you.
See you tomorrow. Good night.
After that, he leaves the room and turns off the lights. How? Are we really doing this? You wake up, feeling a presence on your left side. When you turn your head to see what it is, you find absolutely nothing. You stay there, blinking slowly as you remember everything that happened.
Good morning.
Aww. Nulla appears at the door with a tray in hand.
I made you breakfast.
Nulla waits for you to sit down so he can place the tray in your hands.
I hope it's visually to your liking, because you can't try it.
Yeah. You eat in silence as Nulla starts babbling on about mundane things, and you wonder how long he's been waiting for someone to listen and pay attention to him. Aw, honey. Well, he talks a lot. Honestly, it seems like he's been kept under confinement until your arrival. When you finish eating, Nulla makes the tray disappear while you watch in shock.
Quattor is in her temple, but we don't have to hurry if we don't want to. We have all day. There's no rush.
Nulla gets out of bed and places both of his hands on his hips.
What do you want to do now?
What are we gonna do to pass the time? You tell Nulla that you don't want to go after Quattor yet, and Nulla understands. Oh, what are the documents on Nulla's desk? You're sure you saw some books and documents scattered on the desk in Nulla's room. You suppose taking a look at it won't hurt anyone. You get out of bed towards the desk. At all times you feel Nulla's gaze on your figure. When you get to the desk, you realize how messy all the documents, books, and papers are. Do you want to read them? Yeah, sure. You take the pile of papers and start looking through them. I still remember receiving my first name. It was special and memorable. By the 5th time, it was already a routine to follow. You turn the page. The entities of Douai are curious. They all look alike, but each one has a unique and irreplaceable purpose.
I remember how Dua boasted in ancient and more prosperous times of how devoted and hard-working her stars were. You turn the page. To God, it's almost been 4 years of the same thing, over and over again. When will the day be that you will let me rest in peace? You are never satisfied. You turn the page. I have so many memories inside me, so many different people and lives that I feel like I am everyone and no one at the same time. You turn several pages. I hope you don't resent me for this action, but if I want to erase all traces of the Creator and have a purpose that is imposed by my consciousness, mine and mine alone, I have to do this. You turn another page just to confirm what you suspected. If I had the ability, I myself would tear these sheets and burn my world enclosed in these pages, but I cannot do it. Most are in Spanish, while a few are in English. They are first-person stories. They are loose sheets and documents, timeless. What is this? Memories.
Yours?
Yes and no. I haven't experienced some of these situations. Yet.
How?
Is it like the script that he has? Everything that is here is me, both past, present, and future. Everything is written. Every so often, that desk fills up with new papers. It's like the garden trash can. All of the trash ends up here. Nulla looks a little uncomfortable, so you decide to leave the topic of the documents aside.
Maybe another time you'll take a look at it again.
What's going on in the garden?
You get out of bed towards the door. At all times you feel Nulla's gaze on your figure, but he doesn't move or show any action to follow you. You go out to the front door, to the garden. You really feel curious about the state of Nulla's domain, and you'd be lying if you said you wouldn't like to walk around the void that surrounds it. But you don't know how to do it without risking your life. So you plan to throw stones into the void to see if they float or fall. If you fell, you would like to know how deep the fall would be. You find some stones in the surroundings, white and hard. You prepare to launch and...
Oh, no. You're not allowed to do that. Why won't you let me throw stones into the void? If you disturb that place, Septim will be able to locate us, and in the process the void will consume part of the land, swallowing you in the process.
Oh, all right.
Well, at least you know now what can happen to you.
I guess. Nulla, let's spend some time together, Pookie.
Who dares? Dare send me a message, who dares? Yeah, at this rate I won't be able to continue with my plan. Maybe for you it will be a few minutes being with me, but not for me. When we talk about spending the day together, for me it's a full day. Ah, you hurt me, Espoir. You hurt me.
What?
I don't know how I can continue like this, because more and more I want to have those eyes on me, forever. Even if it's impossible. I've been looking for ways to get out of here and start from scratch. Delete all my faces and replace them with a new one. Allow Septim to continue this useless game of maintaining a world destined to die into oblivion. But that's also impossible. You don't know how many solutions I've looked for, and none of them are viable.
There's a somewhat awkward silence for a moment. Oh, okay. I thought he fell.
Nulla throws himself onto the bed, lying on his back while both hands grip the sheets tightly, as if he sought comfort in it. I want so many things, but at the same time I don't want anything. I want to stay here, with you. But I also want to make a fool of the Creator. Use their return to my advantage to destroy everything. Break and delete everything they love in their face and make it public.
No, we're gonna listen. We're gonna listen. You're airing out your insecurities, and I'm here to listen.
I'm flattered that you want to keep reading my existential dilemmas and all that. But I know you're not here to play a therapist simulator.
I am. I like that. I may have to make that game. Put your clothes back on. we're doing some therapy on you.
Maybe another time. For now, I just want to stay here and imagine that I'm lying next to you after a long day of work. How depressing. Yeah. Okay, enough whining.
No, please, whine more. I find this very comfortable.
Nulla closes both eyes. And after a big sigh, Nulla sits up with a strange smile, somewhat shocking compared to his previous mood. Oh, yo. Do you want to know what I want right now?
Some cake? What?
I want to go watch you eat Quattor.
Excuse me? Although you shouldn't be surprised, Nulla was a bit strange from the first minute you met him. So this preference doesn't surprise you.
Imagine an entity created for the sole purpose of being consumed by the symbols, breaking the food chain by consuming the consumer. Ironic, even poetic. Just thinking about it makes me... Wait. I have to behave. I can't say those things lightly. But with that face you have... Close the game. See you in a bit.
What?
And remember to save.
Okay. Boop. What do you mean, baby? What do you mean, honey bunch? What are you talking about, baby cakes? Nulla?
Well, if you don't do it, I'll have to resort to more drastic measures.
Nulla. Nulla runs away, like the darn coward he is. Who said that? Wasn't me who said that. You stay there for a while, meditating on what happened. No doubt, Nulla is weird. A while passes as you roam the house to pass the time. There's nothing interesting to do, though, so you decide to call Nulla again. Baby cakes! You think now is a good time to tell Nulla you're ready. So you tell Nulla your decision.
Okay. I'll have to seal us so that we go unnoticed. I'm sure Septum has already informed the others.
Guys, they comin'. They comin' and they're hungry.
Nulla makes signs with his hands and whispers words that you can't understand. We're ready. Without further ado, you're swallowed by the portal that rises from the ground. Both of you are surrounded by total blackness.
Oh, we're here now.
When the emptiness around you dissipates, you can see that your surroundings have changed. It's nighttime, and you're on the street. There are people walking around you, and they're all wearing similar masks. You're startled when one of them walks in your direction and doesn't seem to notice you. As if you were nothing, the entity passes through you and Nulla. It's okay. The puppet and I are sealed, so we're not visible to them. Nulla starts walking through the streets, and you follow him. You both walk in silence, because Nulla seems to be focused on something. From time to time, he stops to look around. In those pauses, you decide to gaze up at the sky, searching for the moon. Ooh. And there it is. It's so big and majestic, illuminating the streets with its tender light.
We gonna kill the moon.
Then you look at the entities, still walking the streets, and you wonder, what will happen to them after you devour the symbols? She's hidden in her temple. They know what's coming. You look at Nulla and realize that he appears more serious now.
Now, I'm not saying that I want to kiss Nulla's entire mouth, but, it is how it is. He's really growing on me.
A complete change from what you're already used to. So much so that he doesn't seem to be the same person. Once again, you're swallowed by the portal that rises from the ground. Ooh. And you reappear in what you assume is the Temple of Quattor. The construction is imposing. As you look at the peak of the temple, you realize it is designed to focus on the moon and make it a part of its composition. Oh, that's cool.
Ah, that's neat. That's neat. That's hot. I like that.
If they told you that this world was dying, you wouldn't really believe it. Don't take your eyes off me, cariño. When we enter the temple, I need you to find a safe place, but suitable for you to look at me.
All right.
You walk towards the doors of the temple and enter. In front of you, there is a figure kneeling near the altar. This must be Quattor.
Time to chow down.
Nulla disappears through the portal, leaving you on your own. Hide and not look at Nulla? Or find a safe place where you can observe Nulla?
Well, we're already here. I don't want to mess up the plan.
Find a safe place where you can observe Nulla. You scan the place, but nothing calls out to you. That is until you see the second floor. It's a place with a wide range of vision, allowing you to hide from whatever happens below. Carefully, you go up the stairs to the second floor. You stand between the railings and search for Nulla with your eyes. Ooh. He appears again from the ground and looks back at you, signing for you to remain silent. He draws his gun.
Uh-oh.
He prepares to shoot, and...
No, my baby! My baby, no!
Another figure appears from Nulla's side, impacting directly on his body.
Quattor is like, what the what? What? What's all this commotion behind me? No! My baby! My baby, no!
Without waiting for Nulla to get up, the figure materializes a scythe that they swing towards the black-haired man's neck.
No, my baby! My baby!
And without much effort, they slice off Nulla's head. You hear some laughter.
Nulla!
Hello?
Oh!
Your scream draws the attention of the entity that has severed Nulla's head, as the other rises from the altar to walk around his body. You take your gaze off of Nulla's body to see how the entity slowly rises above the ground, as if floating. It's coming towards you.
Oh, we fighting now. You killed my fiancé. We're fighting now.
The entity lands beside you and observes.
Septum.
I've found what you're looking for.
Now!
Without saying more, the entity grabs you by your clothes and throws you to the first floor.
Ow!
Before hitting the ground, an invisible force catches you and gently places you on it instead.
Don't stop looking at me.
Homst? That's Nulla's voice.
Is my baby okay?
You focus your gaze on Nulla's body, which, despite no longer having a head, rises and catches the symbol of the moon off guard. Hundreds of hands emerge from the ground and grab Quattor by the limbs, submitting her before Nulla.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, my baby.
The woman screams as Nulla forcibly pierces her chest. By the time the entity in red clothing realizes that something is happening to her companion, it's already too late.
Sorry. Aw, sorry.
For Nulla holds in his hands something that resembles a heart.
Give it here. Let me put some salt, some seasonal on it. Do I need a fork or a spoon?
And Quattor begins to disintegrate little by little. The entity is grabbed by the same hands that have subdued Quattor.
Wretch.
Nulla takes his time walking towards you, and in the process, his head regenerates from the same substance that the hands are made out of. Cool. You scared me, Nulla. You could have told me that they could do that to you. But his features do not.
Do I? I didn't think you would be here. You are an easy prey when you're accompanied. You trust too much. Well, there's no choice but to get ahead with the work.
Sorry. That said, a hand rises from the portal and pierces Dewey's chest. Ooh. I don't like this. How could she have seen us? Isn't there another way to get what you want? Or your face? Yeah, what's with your face, baby? Wowzers, that's terrifying. That's... Oh boy. That's scary. I still love you, but that's scary.
Ah, this. It will be fixed in a little while. Think of me as an onion. Each layer is a different life. The more layers I lose, the more memories and identities I'll lose. Now, I need you to eat these two things.
Alright. Get the garlic.
You are the best accomplice I've ever had.
Yum, yum, yum. Or maybe I need a straw for it. Nulla fuses both spheres and holds them up to your mouth. Cool. In a moment, his face and features begin to reform in front of your eyes, returning to his characteristic smiling face with strands of hair that adorn his forehead. Your body instinctively resists a bit, but Nulla, using his free hand, opens your mouth by pressing between your cheeks. You don't need to do that, sweetie. I was ready to slurp those things up as soon as you told me your plan. Your mouth now open. He places his thumb on your tongue to keep it in place. Okay. New strange feeling unlocked. He quickly pushed both spheres into your mouth. Stop! Me! Stop having your mind in the gutter! This is serious, we're trying to kill the moon, and my brain just goes right into the gutter, right into the garbage can when he says pushes spheres to your mouth. Stop me! Alright, I'm gonna read that better. I'm gonna read that more serious. And he quickly pushes both spheres into your mouth. I can't not think about it in a dirty way. I can't do it. And he quickly pushes both spheres into your mouth. It has no taste, but the gelatinous texture of the organ is unpleasant. I know it's an organ. It's a heart. They mean heart, organ, but I keep thinking of a completely different organ because I may have corrupted my own mind. Well done. You did very good, Cariño. I would give you a kiss, but... Why won't you kiss me, Nulla? Why am I being denied a kissy poo? Give me kissy poos now! Ah, to heck with it.
Yay!
Nulla gently holds your cheeks and plants a kiss on your lips that leaves you breathless. Ah, it's like kissing a doll. I really want to get out of here and kiss you. And do much more.
Oh, God saves you.
Nulla, please. Nulla, please. Nulla, please. First day of extermination completed. Oh dear. Oh dear. End of the first act. So is this? You'll have to wait a bit more. Okay, that's fine. A great game is never rushed. In fact, I didn't even expect an update this fast. Was that the secret ending? Or...
Nulla? Nulla, sweetie, honey, baby, angel. Cupcake. Darling. Angel face. Or... what is Nulla anyway? I mean, they're not angels. They didn't say angels. They're just angelic-like. But... what? You putting spheres in my mouth? So I'm assuming when I read that comment, it was before the game updated, so it would have ended there. So was everything I did actually the new stuff? Because I was like, whoa, this is a really long secret ending. Could that have gone any differently? I kind of like how it ended up. Septim looks at you before answering completely seriously. Time to change the vessel and become a perfect being. You, Espoir, are what I need. Oh, so you need my heart soul so you can be a big shot. Got it.